The Beirut escalation, a new frontline emerges. Israel's targeted strike in central Beirut signifies a dangerous expansion of its conflict with Hezbollah beyond established red lines. This incident, reported by Al Jazeera's Sina Khadr from the rubble of a residential building, represents a critical inflection point in regional hostilities.
The operation, characterized as part of a pattern of targeted assassinations, deliberately moves the battlefield from Hezbollah's traditional strongholds in southern Lebanon into the heart of the capital. This strategic shift breaks a long-standing, albeit tense, status quo and directly challenges the Lebanese government's sovereignty over its own security.
The immediate visual documentation by a major international news network amplifies the geopolitical repercussions, framing the action not as a peripheral skirmish but as a central act of escalation with profound implications for regional stability.
Red lines erased, the anatomy of targeted assassination. The tactical move into Beirut's urban core redefines the rules of engagement and exposes Lebanon's institutional fragility. Historically, confrontations were largely contained to the southern border region, a tacit understanding that preserved a degree of deterrence without triggering all-out war.
The strike in central Beirut, however, leverages Israel's intelligence and precision strike capabilities to project power directly at Hezbollah's leadership and logistical networks, wherever they may be located. This demonstrates a calculated willingness to absorb the significant risk of collateral damage and civilian casualties within a dense metropolitan area.
The context is a Lebanese state already crippled by political deadlock and economic collapse, whose security apparatus lacks the capacity to prevent or respond to such incursions, thereby ceding de facto control of its territory to non-state and external actors.
Media as battlefield, the strategic weight of instant documentation. Al Jazeera's Frontline reporting transforms the incident from a covert operation into a public, high-stakes geopolitical signal. The presence of Al Jazeera, a network with deep regional credibility and a specific editorial stance, ensures the event is immediately contextualized within the narrative of Israeli aggression and Lebanese vulnerability.
The correspondence report from the site does not merely document destruction, it authenticates the strike's location as a civilian residential block, shaping global public perception and diplomatic response in real time. This creates a dual-layer conflict, one fraught with munitions, and another with information, where controlling the narrative is paramount.
For Israel, the strike sends an unambiguous message of reach and resolve to Hezbollah. For Hezbollah, the graphic media coverage serves as a potent tool for mobilization and legitimization of its retaliatory posture, placing immense pressure on the group to respond in kind to maintain its deterrent credibility.
Verdict: a precarious path to uncontrolled conflict. This escalation establishes a dangerous precedent that makes miscalculation and a wider regional war significantly more probable. The strategic calculus has been irrevocably altered. The precedent of striking deep inside Beirut lowers the threshold for future operations, inviting a cycle of retaliation that could quickly spiral beyond the current tit-for-tat exchanges.
The primary risk is Hezbollah feeling compelled to launch strategic strikes against Israeli cities, potentially drawing Iran and its proxies more directly into the fray. Opportunities for de-escalation now hinge on back-channel communications and third-party mediation, but are severely hampered by the public nature of the provocation and the demonstrated erosion of tacit boundaries.
The immediate next step is a period of heightened alert where any subsequent action, whether a military response from Hezbollah or another Israeli strike, carries the potential to trigger a rapid and uncontrolled escalation, with the Lebanese civilian population and the fragile state structure caught in the crossfire.